Welcome back. Okay, I am so excited you're here today because we're taking on a topic that literally trips up thousands of students every single year. We are diving into Section 8.1 of the Cambridge Information Technology syllabus. Specifically, we're looking at the 9626 AS and A-level track on freezing and unfreezing panes in Windows. Now, I totally know what you might be thinking. You're probably saying it's literally just clicking a button in a spreadsheet, right? How hard can it possibly be? Well, as we're about to see, treating this like just a simple button click is exactly where the trap lies. Let's jump right in. Look at this quote straight from the principal examiner reports. They explicitly state, 8.1, freezing and unfreezing panes in Windows, is one of the most misunderstood areas in information technology. I mean, just think about that for a second. The examiners themselves are flagging this specific area as a massive hurdle. And why is that? Because the exam is not testing if you know where the button is hidden on a toolbar. It's testing your systematic analysis. It's testing your evidence-based reasoning. They absolutely need to see that you understand the causal relationships behind why and how you manipulate these data views. So, to really demystify this whole thing, we're going to follow a clear roadmap today. First up, we'll cover the core theoretical principles. Second, we'll break down the method mark strategy. Third, we're going to loop into critical analysis. And finally, we will reveal the top 3 examiner alerts so you can avoid losing those easy points. Let's get to it. Starting off with Section 1. Core theoretical principles. Like I mentioned, this goes way beyond just practical software clicking. The absolute core of this is what we call analytical depth. The assessment framework for 8.1 heavily prioritizes logical, structured reasoning over just superficial, broad knowledge. You literally can't just have basic facts memorized. You have to demonstrate exactly why freezing a specific set of rows and columns solves a specific data visibility problem. What is the causal relationship between that action you took and the user's ability to analyze the remaining data? It's all about precision here. Now, here is a massive insider secret for you. Integration is absolutely key. The principal examiner reports highlight that candidates who reference cross-topic connections achieve significantly higher marks. So what does that mean for you? It means when you're writing about freezing panes, do not talk about it in total isolation. Connect it. Link it to data validation or conditional formatting or even data security. You want to show the examiner that you truly understand how freezing a window integrates with the entire theoretical architecture of information technology. All right, let's transition right into Section 2, the method mark strategy. This is where the theory actually meets practical exam execution. So you get marks for your process, right? To actually secure those marks, you need to use this exact 5-step procedural framework. Step 1, deconstruct the question. What are they actually asking you to solve? Step 2, extract the relevant data from the scenario. Step 3, select your analytical framework. Step 4, execute with clear notation. Actually, scratch that. Don't just do it in your head. Write it out clearly and show you're working. And step 5, present with correct terminology. Please don't write, I locked the top boxes. Instead, say, I applied the freeze panes function to row 1 to ensure header visibility during vertical scrolling. You're a professional in training, and the language you use matters immensely. Moving right along to Section 3, critical analysis and problem solving. This is where we shift our focus to those higher-order cognitive domains. This is what separates the top-scoring candidates from everybody else. Top students use this very specific loop: deconstruct, solve, and evaluate. First, you deconstruct by identifying the given info. Then, you solve systematically by breaking the problem into totally logical steps. But here is the real secret sauce: evaluate. You absolutely must check your solution for reasonableness and make justified recommendations. For instance, if the exam asks you to evaluate alternative approaches to viewing a massive dataset, you've got to question assumptions, compare different methods like splitting windows versus freezing panes, and then justify your final decision with hard evidence straight from the scenario. Okay, we've talked a lot about what you should do. Let's pivot to exactly what you should avoid. Section 4, avoiding critical exam mistakes. Looking at actual data from the examiner reports, here are the top 3 ways students just bleed easy marks on this topic. Number 1, forgetting proper format. Number 2, forgetting to check that format and presentation. Notice a theme there? You could execute the freeze pane perfectly during a practical task, but if you don't present it in the appropriate format requested by the exam, you lose out. But number 3 is the most dangerous trap of all: providing answers that are not specific to the context. This context trap is a real game changer if you get it wrong. Let's contrast 2 approaches. A generic answer just states a basic fact: freezing panes keeps the top row visible. Honestly, that loses easy marks. The examiner already knows what the software does. They want to know if you know why it's being used in this specific instance. A context-specific answer, however, always links points to the given scenario. For example, freezing row 4 ensures the monthly regional sales headers remain visible while the user scrolls through the 5,000 employee records, reducing data entry errors. Boom, context. You've perfectly linked the tool to the specific scenario provided in the paper. Wow, we've covered a ton of ground today, from theoretical frameworks to presentation pitfalls. Let's pull all these strategic elements together into a final review. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, I need you to remember these 3 rules. 1. Master analytical depth. Understand the why and the causal relationships, not just the how. 2. Follow the 5-step MARC strategy. Deconstruct, extract, select, execute, and present with the correct terminology. And 3. Avoid generic answers. Always, always, always link your answers directly to the specific context and scenario given in the exam paper. So, I'll leave you with this final, kind of provocative thought to ponder as you prepare for your exams. Are you just memorizing spreadsheet functions, or are you building the logical reasoning required to truly master the data? Next time you open a past paper to practice section 8.1, don't just rush to the answer. Slow down, use that deconstruct, solve, evaluate loop, apply the correct terminology, build that analytical depth. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Keep studying smart, and I will see you in the next explainer.